Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today, starting on this 1 day time frame. Because again, today, guys, we saw a massive dump to the downside. So let's talk about this. Is the bull run over? Are we going to 40K? Are we going to 30K? That is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video, as well as the short-term price action and support and resistance levels that you should be paying attention to understand what is going to happen next here. So let's get right into this analysis. First of all, when I woke up this morning, I literally had a 400% profit trade on WIF, just shorting WIF with 25x leverage. And I had a 400% profit on a Solana short. So I literally opened this right before I went to bed. I didn't set a take profit and I woke up to this, so I just closed them out right away. Anyways, there have really been some fucking insane trades inside the community. Here you can see Decent getting a 31x return on his $500. So overnight, he flipped his $500 into $15,000 using the trading signals in my community and of course his own analysis as well. So guys, if you're not inside the Discord community yet, go join it. It's completely free and you can join it with the first link in the video description. We already have over 1,000 active crypto traders inside the community here. So come check it out. But let's get started with this Bitcoin analysis for today, because as you can see, we actually wicked all the way down to about 49,000 US dollars. So what is going to happen next? Well, first of all, again, as I said before, so long as we are trading inside the range, it is completely possible to just get a bounce out of here. So the key price level to pay attention to for today is actually 52.7K, because it would be a good thing to see a candle close above this level here. Although at the same time, I want to show you guys the support and resistance levels for Bitcoin right now. If we get confirmed candle closes below 50K here, this would be a very bearish signal if we undercut these lows, and likely we would be going much lower after that. So make sure to watch out in the case that you see that happen. However, for now, Bitcoin is just bouncing from this big level of support, sitting from 53 all the way down to 50,000 US dollars, with this resistance to the upside sitting from 56,000 US dollars all the way up to 58,000 US dollars. So yes, it is possible to get a rejection from that level. And again, it is also possible to get a bounce from this big level of support. Now, in the case that we break above this 58K level, likely we would be heading up into this next big level of resistance, sitting from 60,000 all the way up to 62.4K. And the reason why I think we could see a little bit more of an extension here is actually because of this CME gap in the chart. So as you can see right here, we have this massive candle of today, but we actually have this CME gap right here. And typically, in the case that you don't know, over 90% of CME gaps tend to get filled, meaning that over 90% of the time, we eventually come to reclaim this level here, or at least get somewhat close to it in order to fill the CME gap. And then from there, we can just get another move down, or we get a move up. But the point is, likely we will be heading up to this level at some point. Besides that, I also quickly want to share the new Fibonacci levels here, because we are now looking at this downtrend and looking for potential resistance to the upside. So one key level in terms of support to pay attention to is actually this 53.9K level, because actually losing this as a level of support would be quite bearish. But of course, pay attention to those other levels of support as well. Either way, in terms of resistance to the upside, we have the 0.382 level sitting at about 57,000 US dollars. And we have this 0.5 level sitting at about 59.5K, which could be some interesting levels to pay attention to. Besides that, taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, first of all, on the 6-month time frame, right here you can see that we took out all of this liquidity at 50K, meaning that now there is basically very little liquidity to the downside and a crazy amount of liquidity to the upside. Okay, so that is something to keep in mind. So again, I know I keep repeating myself in these videos here, but I do think that we are going to take out this big level of liquidity at some point. Okay, so long as we are trading inside this range, in my opinion, Bitcoin is just consolidating. And I think it is possible that eventually we come to grab all of this liquidity to the upside right here. But I have already been bearish this entire move to the downside. And now at this point, I am flipping a little bit more bullish. while also remaining cautious. I'm not opening up a giant leverage long position to hope we get a bounce out of here. I bought some spot Bitcoin right here at about 60K, and I think at about 57 or 58,000. And I bought Bitcoin earlier today right here when we got to the bottom of the range. So yes, potentially it could go below, but for me, this risk to reward is worth it in my opinion, because there's a lot of potential upside. So as far as I'm concerned, the bull run is not over, even though people are yelling this on Twitter and are basically, I saw some comments on yesterday's video as well, like crypto is never going to recover and stuff like that. I don't agree. For me personally, I think it is too early to be calling for that. And so long as we don't break this range, I will just continue to basically dollar cost average here and see if we get a potential bounce. And I have no problem selling some Bitcoin back if we actually get confirmed candle closes, taking a small loss on that spot position. But what you should know is that I already sold 90% of my crypto right here at 67,000 US dollars. And now at this point, when we are trading here, I'm currently like 30% allocated, and my spot position is only bought with profits that I made from earlier in this bull run, buying these lows and selling these highs that I was talking about earlier. So that is kind of my outlook for now. I gave you some of the key support and resistance levels to pay attention to, as well as what I'm personally doing with crypto right now. I bought some spot and I continue to keep leverage trading on the lower time frames here. For example, earlier today, I was taking some nice scalp trades on the lower time frames. Now, before I leave off here for today, don't forget to come join the Discord server. And if you want access to my real-time analysis, my real-time trading signals, then don't forget to join the Road to 1 Million community on Discord. The link is in the video description. And once you are in here and verified, you simply go to this trading signals access channel right here. And you follow these 3 steps in order to get access. Either way, if you do end up joining or not, this has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.